everyone, and welcome back to our story analysis playthrough of Dragon Age Origins, the game, as well as the whole Dragon Age series. We're up to episode 13, and we have left the Fade. Thank God. Do you remember? Because I recall that this is a game where there's role playing and a place other than the Fade and stuns and rocks and faces and all of those magical, wonderful things that are the Fade. Yeah, look, we're totally free of that, thank God, and I am super excited to be away with it. The trauma has ended at some point. Well, the trauma still exists, but the experience of experiencing it is gone. It was really cool, though. It was the first time I've seen Morrigan and Sten's kind of nightmare, which was really interesting, really sad. Sten's was just really sad. I don't think I'll emotionally recover from that for a while, but ultimately it was an experience, and we're past that. And I am totally 100% expecting to get my butt handed to me. You'll see that... no, you won't see, because my lovely appearance is covering it for you guys, but I have replaced my healing button with the Litany of Adrala button so that I don't forget to use it. But on that fact, I have 0 healing potions. So I'm hoping that with all the lovely enemies that I can see on the map at the moment, that I'll get 1 or 2 back before we get to the main area, because Wynn's gonna have to pull her weight if we don't get any healing potions. So we'll see how that goes. But nonetheless, let's get into it. My main goal here is to finish the Circle Tower quest. I should be able to do that. Okay, alright. No promises if I say relatively easily. For all I know, this could be the hardest part, and we'll forever be trapped here, and episode 13 will just be this. But hopefully we will leave. We can go to the party camp. I do recall that I should probably head back to Redcliffe because good old whatever his name was, the blacksmith that we killed because he wasn't being very helpful, his daughter arrived back, and I'm supposed to go talk to her and see how she feels about it. So that is something that is on my to-do list to do, just to see how that all wraps up in a little bow and everything else, and have that interaction. But yes, I would like to get back to the party camp, take stock, and probably make our way to Soldier's Peak, I think it is. I think it's Soldier's Peak. Anyway, to help out our good friend, whose name I know I pronounce wrong every time, and I can't recall. The name that's coming to mind is Niall, but that was this guy. That we got when I say this guy, Mr. Bring down the room's energy guy. Anyway, you know what I mean. It's not a good start. It's never good. The words, the memory recall, it's never good, but it's alright. We have fun with it, and it'll all come rushing back, I'm sure of it. Now, we are here, we've got Wolfriend back, thank goodness. That was a long time coming. Wynn's got her rock armor, so she is shedding as we speak. We have barely any room in our inventory, so I'm excited about selling things when we're out of here. Yeah, it should be good, but I think one of the things I'm going to do is get my bow back, because, in case you're wondering, Amara's an archer. That was forgotten a little bit because we kind of had not a whole lot of opportunity to be an archer in a lot of the Fade, although it did come clutch at times. Nonetheless, thank you, Lord. I don't need that, though. I'm being mindful of inventory space. Alrighty, let's crack on, shall we? How do we play this game again? When it's full of colour and fun?
Don't let it get away!
Oh, hello. You're not what I expected. I expected Templars.
Yes.
Oh, isn't it wonderful to have a whole party? Oh, remember when we were so OP with the party? Yeah, I do too. This is so much nicer. Oh, I missed you all. I'll take that so I can get that quest. Nice. Excuse me. We don't wear hats in this game. We don't wear hats. As you can tell, I play on Xbox. I don't play on computer. I don't have mods to turn off my helmets. So for the sake of fashion and looking at people's faces, they don't go on. So it goes. The Legend of Calenhad, Chapter 2. Oh, and I found a note. Sick. We're building up story time. Let's do it. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go, dragonlings. I did see my miss just then. Don't you worry about that. Let's go. How are we doing? We're doing good. Nice. Oh, because I got my Heelys back. My little... excuse me. What if I accidentally press the B button? You guys can't see it, but my health shortcut, which I had mentioned just before I'd swapped it over to be the Litany of Adrala for later, I should say, replaced. So that's good. I'm happy to see it. I might fix that right now. How did I do it before? It's an item. I'd like to assign that back to here, thank you, because I'll forget it otherwise. I mean, I know I am... Oh, I was going to say, where's my dog? Yeah, my dog's mixed up. I'll take it. I'll take the war harness as well. And I'll take those. Nice. Mostly for win, because I don't think I have a tactic set up for Morrigan to drink the lyrium. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the shop. What was I saying? Anyway, Litany of Adrala's back on. Because I know I'll get to the final battle with Aldred. And they'll say, use the Litany of Adrala. And I'll just space. So I'll press B. Or hopefully I will. Or I won't. I don't know. I think as well, in the midst of all of this, I have lost a... Because I've put you on, but I think I have missed... What don't I have? No, I'm good. I don't know anymore. You know what? Ignore me.
And I'm off.
We don't like sloths in this place. Or maybe we do. I'll take that back. We have established that the sloth demon hashtag sexy sloth demon in this house. It's not these guys. Not the abominations. Nothing sexy here about them, that's for sure. Are they nipples out? I don't know, they explode before you can tell. Maybe, oh, hello.
How amusing!
Gracias. Alrighty, chest. We'll take those, thank you. Oh, I probably didn't need to pick up the scrap paper. Did the scrap paper give me a codex? I'm confused. Oh, I'll take those and I will equip them immediately. Thank you. Give him some chill. Some chill. Nah.
And
yes. It's like they know that you're going to use all of them. Oh, are you any good? Beastman's dagger. Oh, God. I know how to play this game. I swear it. Yes. That button? Not that button. Send help? That button. Thank you. Alright. Ah, yes, you are. Oh, you also have, thingamahoozits. You know what I mean. Enchantment slots? Rune slots? This is a great day for words and recall. Well, I'll take you. Thank you. I believe that one. And I don't think I had anything special on that hand. Unless I'm wrong. Happy to be wrong. Can I wield this now? Hang on a second. Ooh. How I see it, there are obviously DLC things I've got. They obviously make life amazing and they're awesome. I've played this game plenty of times. I'm going to use the DLC stuff. That's why Wynn looks so good. She looks so good in green. So we are going to put on the Sorrows of Arlathan, which I think is really poetically nice for Amara as well, because she's a Dalish elf and she feels it, you know? So ancient carvings cover the limbs of this bow. It looks to be some form of elven, either a poem or a prayer of some sort. Yes, we'll take that. Thank you. What does it look like? Does it look cool? I'm assuming so. Nice. Nice! That's what we like to see. Scrumptious. It's green. Alrighty. Open the door. What do we got? Nobody. Just a chest to unlock. Oh! Take that back. We're surrounded! Who's got the red? Oh, you have the red. Hey, I'm not, hey, can I get the rage healing, please? Is that allowed? I am trying to, get this guy. Stan, I need you. Well, that wasn't nice. Okay, this is where maybe a health potion would do really well right now.
All right.
Want to press B as well for it.
Going.
Maybe I should have health on. Oh my word. Oh my word. Hey, you know, I'm not a fire boy anymore. I can't fire boy. Oh my god. Litany of Drala or health potions on my B button. I don't know. Are you gonna give me anything? I don't think you give me anything. Like, I don't think they give codexes. You know? Anyway. Did I open this? I did. Win! Level up! Alright, we're going to put some stuff into your willpower and magic. I think I want to pop some in here and one in there. That makes me happy. Never use this. You might be wondering, why should I never use this? Oh, why should Win never use it? Because while good, it also sucks. Alright, heroic defense. Okay, so you've got all the way up to mass rejuvenation. Should we give you some glyphs? Oh, well, the wisp is good. I don't think you have anything else, do you? No. I wouldn't mind her going up this just to get that, because Mana Clash is really good, particularly at the end, with all the really annoying emissaries. But the wisp may be good to have. Words, things, thoughts. I'm gonna go heroic defense. Because I said so. There we go. Alright. Okay. Now with that all said and done, Litany of Adrala or health? Litany of Adrala is only for one moment in time. And maybe I could remember it, hey? I don't... Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. No, I am unhappy. That can go there for now. What am I thinking of? That's what I want. Anyway, quick heal on that. Thank you. That'll do. Alright. Now that we've messed around, it's time to go say hello to Cullen and make some decisions. Roleplay. How exciting. Hello, sir. My favourite boy. Oh,
he's still alive, I think. We must help him.
This trick again? I know what you are. It won't work. I will stay strong.
You know, I always time my drinking really well for you all to hear gulp gulp while the guys are talking. You know what I mean? You were right, a Templar, and it seems he is a prisoner. What won't work? What's going on? Who are you? Okay, remember who Amara is, Charlotte. What is role-playing again? Who are we doing? What are we doing? Amara is a Dalish elf who hates humans, hates anyone other than her Dalish elf people, does not want to actually be here, does not want to be a Grey Warden, but wants people to help her out because she needs help. She has very little sympathy for anyone other than herself and her Dalish people. So, clearly tortured man. She's not going to ask, are you alright? She might actually just state the obvious, to be honest, at this point. A Templar, and it seems he's a prisoner. Because I don't think she's going to ask these questions. 2.
The boy is exhausted. And this cage, I've never seen anything like it. Rest easy. Help is here.
Enough visions. If anything in you is human, kill me now and stop this game. You broke the others, but I will stay strong. For my sake. For theirs. filthy blood mages getting in my head. I will not break. I'd rather die.
Oh. Really sucks. I love Cullen's character arc. I think he grows so much within the games. Like, he's here, he then becomes, like, awful in Dragon Age 2. I mean, you know, he makes bad choices, but also is kind of, you know, traumatized from this. And then he becomes a man in Dragon Age Inquisition. He will forever have my heart. I have his little approval key ring on my phone. He travels with me. Where are the... Okay, alright. Role-playing. What are we doing? You're upset about things. Where are the other survivors? You're not going to die, not if I can help it. Probably not going to say it. Don't be foolish. We're not some kind of illusion. Snap out of it. It's no time for these games. Calm down. You're safe now. Part of the reason why I considered playing a mage was so that I could get the, like, I could put Cullen into that position where you can basically, like, flirt with him and he runs off, and then this moment feels a lot more significant, and then it flows into Dragon Age Inquisition when he talks about, you know, when you romance him, it's always like, oh, there was another, all that kind of stuff. She was a mage as well. I kind of like that flow, but that is of the opinion that, or of the premise, if I end up romancing Cullen, which I can't help but always do. But when we get to Dragon Age Inquisition, I'm probably going to have to choose someone else, and I'm not sure who that someone else is yet. I'm not quite sure where I want to go with that. I have a few ideas. I mean, I know the types of personalities I want my other characters to have in the other games and what I want to try out new. But when it comes to things like romances, I haven't quite landed. I've got some ideas, as I say, but anyway, we'll see. More just for the lols, you know? For the lols. Anyway, role-playing. It's one of these two. Because she's just come out of the Fade. She hated every single second of it. She had her mind blown. She's not a mage. She's a Day of the Shelf. Magic is for her keeper and the first of the keeper, and that's about it. And she was changing into people, and that's crazy business to her. So she's kind of like, I've had enough of this. Snap out of it. I've no time for these games. Or don't be foolish, we're not some kind of... Snap out of it. I've no time for these games.
Silence! I'll not listen to anything you say. Now be gone! Still here. But that's always worked before. I close my eyes, but you are still here when I open them.
Oh, Cullen. Just tell me where the surviving mages are. I'm real. I'm here to help you. I'm no trick of the mind. You're pretty dense, aren't you? It's either going to be 1 or 4. Because 4's pretty funny. I'm just thinking about how Amara's feeling at this point. You know, she's had it at this point. But I also think she's probably a bit snarky. She's probably exhausted, to be honest. She's had enough. I really want 4, but I feel like at this point she'd be saying 1. Just tell me where they are. 1.
What others? What are you talking about?
Irving and the other mages who fought Aldred. Where are they?
They are in the harrowing chamber. The sounds coming up from there. Oh, Maker.
We must hurry. They are in grave danger, I am sure of it.
You can't save them. You don't know what they've become.
We can't just kill them all, and you do. I don't understand. What are you afraid of? I think I should say 2, because obviously he's not in the best mindset right now, and so he's saying things that she's just kind of like, of course we're real, and I'm also over it. So the tone I hear from this is, you know, he says, you can't save them, you don't know what they've become. She's just like, and you do? Like, come on, hurry up. You know, what are you talking about? You're not in your right mind, mate.
They've been surrounded by blood mages whose wicked fingers snake into your mind and corrupt your thoughts. You have to end it now, before it's too late.
What do you propose we do? I want to save everyone who can possibly be saved. I will not kill an well, okay. That would be lying. We know that Amara will kill when she doesn't get her way. Let's just put it that way. When someone just becomes a nuisance, you know, it's easier if you're gone, you know? So we're not going to lie to his face. 2 is worded interestingly, because I think of the... You know, it's hard for me to suggest that she's going to ask what to do, because she probably doesn't trust his frame of mind right now. She's completely over it. She's not, like, if she was going to ask this, it would be more exasperated of, like, well, what do you propose we do then? But even then doesn't feel like the tone of Amara. She's just kind of, just wants to get through it, you know? She's just over it. She needs people to help her. She just wants the blight to be done so she can go back to being a daily shelf, which she knows probably deep down she will never get to be again because she's a Grey Warden now. So it's kind of one of those things of, I'm leaning towards 2, not in the sense that she's saying it heroically or doing it out of the kindness of her heart, if that makes sense. I want to save everyone who can possibly be saved. What she's saying is, I want to save everyone who can possibly be saved because then they'll help me. I need to save as many people because I need as many people to help me get my goal of saving my people. She's not going to say 3 because she doesn't lie and she would kill an innocent. And she's not going to ask this question. So I say she'd lean with 2.
Are you really saving anyone by taking this risk? To ensure this horror is ended. To guarantee that no abominations or blood mages live. You must kill everyone up there.
Well, okay. 1, no. Then risk harming an innocent. You know, I'd rather spare Maleficarum than risk harming an innocent. Again, doesn't really suit her. I hate to admit it, but you are probably right. I cannot decide on that before seeing what's going on. She's not going to say 1, because that's lying, and the one thing that I have made sure Amara is she's just honest all the time, because there's no point in her not being honest. She's honest to a fault, to the point. She will tell you how she feels. I hate to admit it, but you were probably right. To ensure this horror is ended, to guarantee that no abominations or blood mages live, you must kill everyone up there. I cannot decide on that before seeing what's going on. How is she feeling right now about this? Again, I know, she's exhausted. She's not happy about mages. She doesn't like blood mages. She killed Jowen, like, instantly because he was a blood mage, and she cannot forgive that. She's had to deal with all the shit she's had to deal with throughout the course of the Circle Tower quest line. Like, she's had to deal with, obviously, being in the Fade, and that would have only come to be because she got forced there by the Sloth Demon because of the fact that these blood mages have done these things. So, layers upon layers upon layers. She doesn't like blood mages. She doesn't like people. She doesn't like anyone, really, except for Daily Shelves. You know, does she agree with him and say, actually, you know what, I do have to kill everyone? I don't think, again, and I'm happy to be argued against it, I don't think that sits with her greater, like, in my head, if this conversation had gone differently in the sense of, like, you know, if she was taking charge on making the decision, if that makes sense, like, if it was her kind of saying, I'm going to do this, rather than I'm agreeing with you, because I don't think she would. Her greater piece in this and her kind of character arc is the fact that she still hates people. She's literally doing whatever she can to get as many people to stop the blight as she possibly can, right? She's sick of everyone there. I just don't think she would say 2. 3 feels a bit more like what she would do in this instance, you know? I cannot decide on that before seeing what's going on. Doesn't mean she's not going to kill the blood mages, you know? I don't think Cullen, even though he is traumatized and has obviously been tortured and everything else like that, the fact that obviously she sees him and goes, okay, alright, you're a bit crazy, my dude, for obvious reasons, you know, his sanity has broken, and there is a good reason for that. I think in this instance she's kind of like, I don't think I like the way that you're thinking. You're not of sound mind. You're also a human, and I don't agree with anything that humans say. So for me, I'm kind of just like, I think she's just like, you know what? I'm going to make a decision. It'll be my decision. It won't be determined by you. It won't be determined by Win. I'm going to see what's going on, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do with it. So 3.
That is your choice to make, but I beg you to consider what I have to say. You cannot tell Maleficarum by sight. Just one could influence the mind of a king, of a grand cleric.
I've made my decision. It isn't as bad as you make it out to be. I do not want the blood of innocents on my hands. Bit late on that one, Amara. Maybe. Just maybe. You're right, it's not worth the risk. I do not fear Maleficarum, they should fear me. Oh, she's totally going to say that. That feels more like Amara. She's just like, they should fear me. Come on. I've just had to deal with hell. I've had to go through the fade. I had to change into a rat and a burning boy and a spirit boy and a rock boy. I'm saying boy. There is no need for gender in that. But you get my point. She's just like, I've had enough, and I know I have the skill. She's confident in her skill. She always has been. She's going to say, I don't fear it. They should fear me.
You may be confident in your ability to stand up to them, but what about the rest of us? Will you protect us from them?
Oh, rest easy. I will get rid of these pesky mages. Stay safe. It will be over soon. We don't know that they are all blood mages. Rest easy. I will get rid of these pesky mages. It's funny. I wish there was a 4th option, which basically went, mate, I know I can stand up to them. I'm not here to protect you. Well, okay, that kind of goes against something that she said before. It's more the fact of she is there to save as many people as possible. Would you call that protection? That is probably by definition protection, but it's not like she's just like, yes, I'm doing it for you. She's doing it all for herself, is what I'm trying to say. She's not doing it like protect us from them. She's not protecting you guys from anything. She is simply getting people to help her with the cause that she needs. It's all selfish. There is no others other than her Dalish clan that's in her peripheries on this. So stay safe, it will be over soon. Don't know if she'd say that. We don't know that they are all blood mages. She's not going to get rid of these pesky mages. You don't know that they are all blood mages. That feels very mature for her to say. She does have a bit of naivety about it. But she did just say before, I'm not going to make a decision until I see what's up there. She's not going to say that. I think she's just going to say, we don't know that they are all blood mages. And leave it at that.
I am just willing to see the painful truth, which you are content to ignore. But what can I do?
Oh. Sten.
What he says makes sense. Do not discard it out of hand. These mages are out of control.
You support his opinion. It isn't that simple, Sten. Now, okay, the last time I had a member of my party say something and I was like, okay, yeah, tell me more about what you said. I got locked into killing everyone. That ain't gonna stand, okay? All right? And I don't remember. I think I saved just before going into this room. So, let's see how this goes from a role-playing perspective. All right. What he says makes sense. That was really weird as well. He was talking, but like not. Anyway, what he says makes sense. Do not discard it out of hand. These mages are out of control. You support his opinion. It isn't that simple. No, I won't do it. You're right. And so is he. We need to do it. I like to think like, I know I talk a lot about the choices that I'm making. It's more my thinking through it. I'd like to think in the grand scheme of things, what she says isn't for complexity, if that makes sense. Like when she turns around and like, I can't imagine Amara being like, oh, it isn't that simple, Sten. Like, it is that simple. There's no grey in this for her in the sense of, She simply just wants people to support the cause to save her Dalish clan. It's not that she won't kill innocents. She will. She wants to go up there and check it out, and if they're all blood maging, she'll get rid of all of them without a second thought, and that's that. So it goes. She'll get the Templars on her side, or whatever it may be. I don't think she would ever say the terms, "it isn't that simple, Sten," in the sense of, I don't think she sees it as complex. It is as simple as, I just need help. And, you know, she's had enough of mages, blood mages specifically. If I answer this with a question, like I did with Morrigan, am I going to get myself locked out here? Maybe. I will save scum if I need to, if I'm not happy with this, but... Because there's also the other part of it that, you know, similar to why I went down the road that I did with Morrigan and then save scummed, was because Amara respects, or it's not that she respects, it's not the right term. She's so interested in Morrigan in the sense of she's not the usual human. You know, she kind of lives almost like a Dalish life, but a human. And that is a bit strange to Amara. So she still has unhappiness in her about the fact that she's a mage and a human. But it's curious to her. Sten is a curious being to her. So I think... Like, I don't think she would say, no, I won't do it. In the sense of, she would kill happily. Like, that's just what she does. But I think she'd go 1. You support his opinion? Let's see where it takes us.
I do. This infection must be cleansed before it spreads.
Oh, it's just the same. It's just the same. It's between 2 and 3. I need that wristband, like I said a few episodes again, of a WWAD. What would Amara do? I don't know. I'm stuck. I'm rusty on role playing, and I don't know. It's an interesting predicament to be in, because if I go with 3 and we do go ahead with doing it, I know that means that we lose win, and I've never had that before. I've never gone down that path. I don't think the Templars follow you into battle. That's the thing. I think you only get the mages, and for me, it's kind of like the crux of all of this is that she needs people to help her. And, you know, is this a decision that is going to sway her thinking about who she is and what line she will and won't cross? Because I think, you know, blacksmith guy is an example, because he's on the brain and I need to go talk to his daughter. I go, hey, you didn't help. You didn't put your hand up to help save everybody else. So I killed you because you're just a waste of space and you're going to die anyway. So what am I going to do about that? Instead, I'm just going to end it because you're no use to anyone. That's that. And that was an easy decision to make. It was also a funny decision to make. Have we reached a turning point for Amara where she's just like she literally just wants to go up the stairs and see what's going on. She doesn't want to go up there with preconceptions, you know? Like, yes, she'll kill all the blood mages. She will do that. She is not afraid of killing innocents, but at this point, she needs help, and she knows that. She's also exhausted from everything that she's had to deal with. I think at this point for her, it's kind of like, hey, I get that there's a risk. Can you just trust me for a second? I'll kill them if they need to be killed. You know, if she goes up there and Irving's a piece of shit, she'll end it. You know, she's like, if they go ahead and say, actually, you know what? Thanks for saving us, but we're not going to help you. Right of annulment right there. You don't even need to get the paperwork. She'll do it. You know what I mean? I think she's going to say, no, I won't do it. Because she's sticking to her point. She's sticking to her guns, and that's it. So no, I won't do it.
A coward's choice.
Ah,
As you can see,
get out of here.
I am in no position to directly influence your actions, though I would love to deal with the mages myself.
Good, then you can't cause any trouble. Perhaps I can free you. We will deal with you once Aldred lies dead. That's a bit... Does she get a soft spot for him because I've got a soft spot for him? No. I think she's just going to say, good, then you can't cause any trouble.
My cage is Uldred's doing, or one of his mages. Once they're dead, I will be free.
Oh, good for you. And then I will also decide what to do with the others. That's the point. That's the point that she's trying to make. Mate, I'll get there.
No one ever listens. Not until it's far too late. Maker turn his gaze on you. I hope your compassion hasn't doomed us all.
Keeping in mind, woo, Sten, you hate me. That's okay. That's okay. I got some sweet treats in my bag just for you. Cullen, sir. It's not compassion. It is true blue. God, it's gross, isn't it? How do we make something gross and then grosser? I think in my mind, like, I think of the blight in the Veilguard in that town, the first one that you go to. Oh, God. Yeah, terrible. You know, memory recall, 100%. Totally good with it. But yeah, it's when you go in there with Balara and Harding and Nev, and you see just all the pulsing gross stuff, and I wonder if this is kind of like the same vibe. Like, if this was redeveloped and, you know, optimized, would it have the same look and feel? I don't know. Probably not, because that's the blight associated with the gods. Anyway. Oh, that's alright, Cullen. That's alright. It's not out of compassion, it is complete selfishness. But the decision can still be made. If Irving says, nah, fuck ya. Well.
Do you accept the gift that I offer? Look what we have here. An intruder. I bid you welcome. Care to join in our revels?
No. But also, did you see the grippers? Oh my god, those feet? Gross. And for free? I think I'll just kill you, if that's alright with you. I'll take it, you're Uldred. Stop what you're doing immediately. No, I'll just be going now. I think she would go straight off the bat. I think I'll just kill you, if that's alright with you.
Fight, if you must. It will just make my victory all the sweeter.
Don't forget the litany. It will thwart Uldred's attempts to control the mages and win this fight for us.
Do I still have it? Oh, I don't. I don't know when to use it. Someone better say something. Hey. I heard ya.
Going. Tisk tisk. Take that.
Right, I believe. Oh, I don't believe if you're right there, my god.
Stop him.
Got you, bitch. I think, maybe. I don't know. Oh, well, you know. Oh, that's good that he waited until I was out of the prison to do something about it. I also note that the song that's playing right now is the one to do with the to kill an ogre.
Let's do this quickly, shall
I would love to use the Litany of Adrala. There we go. Stun! Unfortunate. Hey, did we win? Do I get the killing blow? Oh, I think I did. Well, that was easy! I didn't even press B once for health. Should have used it for the Adrala. So it goes. Does it work anywhere else? Is there any other blood mages around that I can use it on? I'll be right with you, Aldred. Ooh, I will take all of these. Thank you. I don't want rock salve. I don't use it. I'll just sell it. Oh, I'll take the money. Hey, didn't I, like, save the mages? Why are they dead? Why are they dead? Did the Litany of Adrala make their heads go boom? Yeah, okay. Irving, tell me more.
Oh, Maker, I'm too old for this.
Irving, are you all right?
I've been better, but I am thankful to be alive. I suppose that is your doing, isn't it, Wynne?
I wasn't alone. I had help.
The Circle owes both of you a debt we will never be able to repay. Come. The Templars await. We shall let them know that the tower is once again ours.
I've already had a look around, so very well. Lead on.
I'll need you to guide me down the stairs. Curse whoever insisted the Circle be housed in a tower.
Amara strong enough, she'll carry you down.
Irving? Maker's breath. I did not expect to see you alive.
It is over, Gregor. Aldred is dead.
Aldred tortured these mages, hoping to break their wills and turn them into abominations. We don't know how many of them have turned.
What? Don't be ridiculous.
Of course he'll say that. He might be a blood mage. Don't you know what they did? I won't let this happen again.
I am the Knight Commander here, not you.
Well, that fight was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Didn't use health once. Great. It's just refreshing to have a party and a wolf friend and all those things. I don't think the wolf was even up there because I'm pretty sure the wolf doesn't come with you as you go through the levels. So wolf friend might not have even been there. Nonetheless, having a party makes it so much easier. It's great. I'm sure I missed a lot of times. Happens usually. Nonetheless, I think I got the winning blow, so sick. This is the decision, though. Well, what does the Knight Commander think, then? If you spare even one blood mage, we may regret it later. I believe order has been... I don't think she would say 3. Which is... You know... It's... I don't think it would be her to kind of step in and be like, this is my opinion, and therefore you guys need to listen. I don't even think she would say 2. I mean, she probably feels the sentiment of we need to kill all the blood mages, but to her, she has killed all the blood mages. Right now, all she wants to know is are they gonna help? So I think she might ask this question in the sense of, well, what do you think? Because he's the leader. She doesn't see herself as a leader. She just needs to get stuff done, you know? So it's kind of like, well, you're the guy. What do you think? What's your decision? What's going to happen? I don't care. I just need help. Well, what does the Knight Commander think then?
We have won back the tower. I will accept Irving's assurance that all is well.
But they may have demons within them, lying dormant, lying in wait.
Enough. I have already made my decision. Thank you. You have proven yourself a friend of both the Circle and the Templars.
And what about the Darkspawn? I require aid. It had to be done. I have resolved your duty here. As you said, you owe me. It's between 1 and 3. Does that mean monetarily? Is that the point? I know that there can be some answers you give because your character may be role-playing to just want money. You know? I helped you. Give me my dollary dues to move forward, please. I see it as a, you do owe me. I've done this. You owe me. Come help me. Because this kind of sounds a bit like, not naive, but a bit childish, a bit whiny, dare I say it. And I don't think Amara's whiny, even after everything she's been through. Like, what about the Darkspawn? I require aid. Or I think she'd be a bit more cunning than that. I'd say 3.
I promised you aid, but with the circle restored, my duty is to watch the mages. They are free to help you, however. Speak to them.
See, here's the thing with that response. I would imagine Mara's like, well, I guess instead of killing all the mages, I'm killing all the Templars. But unfortunately, that is not an option I can select. Do you mean the first enchanter? I thought the Templars were in charge of the circle, and what will the Templars do? Is what I should probably say. And what will the Templars do? But very accusatorially, like, and what will you do?
For now, I will have to oversee a sweep of the tower. There may be some survivors, and we should do our best to tend to them. Please excuse me. And Irving, it is good to have you back.
I'm sure we'll be at each other's throats again in no time.
Thank God! It's done! Okay. I think that response as well would really, like, annoy her. Like, she has the glint in her eye of, if I could, I'd kill you right now. But I can't. There is no option for me to do so. Which is unfortunate.
Here we are. The tower in disarray. The circle nearly annihilated. Oh, it could have been much, much worse. I am glad you arrived when you did. It's almost as though the Maker himself sent you.
Hallelujah. The blight drove me here to seek aid. It was merely coincidence. I'm glad I could help. Should say 1. The blight drove me here to seek aid.
The least we can do is help you against the Darkspawn. I would hate to survive this, only to be overcome by the blight.
See, that's a response she can get behind. Because that's what she thinks. You know? She could just waltz on. Like when she was having almost like an argument, one could say, with Alistair about, and like with Flemeth at Flemeth's hut, when they were about to leave. And she's just like, why me? Why does it have to be me? Why can't I go back to my Dalish clan and just live out my best days? And ultimately, at the end of the day, she wouldn't survive. They'd all die. The blight will get them eventually. So it's the same premise. So she's kind of like, hey, look, I don't like you, but same. Ditto. So I have your word, but there are so few mages left. What about the tower? Don't you have to stay here? I think she just say 1, so I have your word.
You have my word. As first enchanter, the circle will join the Grey Wardens in the fight.
Irving, I have a request. I seek leave to follow the Grey Warden.
When we need you here, the circle needs you.
I appreciate the sentiment, Irving. But the circle will do fine without me. The circle has you. This woman is brave and good, and capable of great things. If she will accept my help, I will help her accomplish her goals.
Don't mind me just shedding here. It's such a weird animation to have for rock armor, just to let you know, hey, by the way, I've got rock armor on, look at all my shedding. This woman is brave and good and capable of great things. Amara standing there would be like, no. You can come with me if you really want to. I would be honoured to have you join me, Wind. I think you are needed here and should stay. I don't need you tagging along and nagging at me. That is a very tempting choice to make. Because there's the greater battle and your greater army that she needs. I don't want to say this in case she takes it as a no, you're not coming with me. I'm assuming that at this point you're locked in to have her in your party. I think she comes with you anyway. Because it's either 1 or 4. You can come with me if you really want to, or I don't need you tagging along and nagging at me. At the end of the day, I think she would say 4. Because, like, she's not going to be honoured. I don't think she would say this. She doesn't care. 1 suggests that she's open to having people around her, which she's is, but she's not, you know. We're going to go 4 and see what happens.
I will respect your decision and stay with the circle for now. My offer still stands. You know where to find me, should you require my assistance.
There is much to be done here, and I must go. You must forgive me for not being a proper host.
Shit! Poof! Gone! I'll go find her and pick her up. That's okay. Sounds like I could still get her. Oops. There is much to be done here and I must go. You must forgive me for not being a proper host. Goodbye for now. I understand till we meet again. Yes, my duties also call me away. Goodbye for now.
When the time comes, we will stand beside you.
Win, I need you. Where did you go? Oh shit. Win approves +7. Sick, but also, where the fuck? I'll be with you in a minute. Where the hell is she? Okay, if I've lost her after all of that, I'm gonna lose my shit. Win! Where are you? I also know I have to go grab something in this direction anyway. Should I go speak to Cullen first?
Strength for another big battle.
The Grey Wardens saved us. Fighting the Blight is the least we can do.
True dat.
Defeating the Blights. This is our chance to show that we will fight and die for our home, just like any other Ferelden.
I'm assuming because she says that I can go and get her, that I can go and get her. I want to go speak to Cullen first before everybody just suddenly poofs out of existence.
I wish I could have gone with them. To fight.
I don't know who you mean. You. Anything you want
My
to say?
men have scouted the tower. It's a mess, but the abominations are gone. You were very thorough. I'm impressed.
Oh, you know, I kill everyone. All as well, but I'm afraid I can't stay. Someone had to do it. I am quite impressive, yes. Yes, I am quite impressive, yes.
And I am thankful you arrived when you did.
All as well, but I'm afraid I can't stay.
I shan't keep you then. Farewell.
Any time she can say anything that means that she thinks that she's the shit, she will. I'm assuming I've gone through all of these. Oh, Denry's bed? Oh, that's right, because he did a thing, and I found out. Thank you. All good. Alright. Anyway, I'm on the search for Wynne. If she has disappeared out of existence... oh, you're alive. That's good. Then I'm going to save scum it. So here we are. I save scummed because I couldn't find Wynne anywhere. She literally poofed out of existence. Even though she says, you know where to find me if you need help, disappeared. And I didn't want to travel all the way to the party camp and have a whole encounter or anything like that and it not get recorded. I just went, you know what? I'll save scum it because that is what life is. While I do believe she may say something like this, we're going to go with the other option I was going to go with, which is 1. You can come with me if you really want to. Which is not open, so to speak. It's more the... You can come with me if you must, you know. If this is what you need, if this is what you must, then tag along, I guess. So that's that. It felt like the whole Morrigan situation again. So, 1.
You were never one to stay in the tower when there was adventure to be had elsewhere.
Why stay when I can be of service elsewhere?
Then I give you leave to follow the Grey Warden, but know that you always have a place here. There is much to be done here, and I must go. You must forgive me for not being a proper host.
That's all, G-Man. Goodbye for now, I think is what I said before. Also, just for reassurance, I selected all the same options before. I didn't make any changes to any of my selections. The dialogue still stood as it was. But yes, goodbye for now. I understand till we meet again. Yes, my duties also call me away. Goodbye for now.
When the time comes, we will stand beside you.
Good. That's the main point and premise. There we go. Done, done, done. We have the party. We've got my shedding lading back. Cool.
I wish I could have gone with them. To fight.
Okay. Alright. Now with all that said and done, I'm going to do some inventory management and sell some stuff because it's so exciting that I can. So give me a moment. Nice. Junk sold. Well, Stuff I don't need. Sold. Now, I did walk through here before and listen to some people talk. That may or may not already be in the video, but just in case it's not. Walk around all the dead bodies, say hello to this guy again. You survived. Oh, I need to pick up the dude.
It must have been very difficult for you and your mother, Morrigan, to live always hiding from the Chantry and its hunters.
Your pitying tone is as unwelcome as it is unnecessary, old woman. There was nothing difficult about our lives in the slightest.
But surely you must have drawn notice from time to time. No matter how powerful you claim to be, you would not wish the full attention of the Chantry.
Hunters did come into the wilds from time to time. They did not leave.
And the interest of the Chantry was never aroused. I find that difficult to believe.
I imagine you find many things difficult to believe. Your own preference for the leash you wear, for instance.
There are good reasons for the world to fear mages, even despite our best intentions.
Your best intentions, perhaps. Their fear concerns me not at all.
Oh, I love the banter. I missed it. I missed so much while I was in the Fade. I missed so much. I gotta pick up this dude's stuff, which I can probably sell. Yeah, well, sick. Anyway, not a big problem right now. Ah, missed it all. Thank God the Fade is done. Thank God the Fade is done. Okay, alrighty. Don't think there was anything in there. But I know I've got a door to go through down here. But do you guys have anything to say now that Wynn is in my party still?
Oh, come, swift sword, and deliver me that I might
Petra?
find the Maker again.
I think we'll be all right now, thanks to you. The children are already a lot calmer.
That's right, let me in.
Not happening.
Oh, everybody watch out! Children, be careful. Wow. This was unexpected. I didn't realize this happened. Can you not kill the NPCs that I've just spent all this time saving? Thank you. Can I go in there now? Is it it?
Strange
Oh. Err!
thing. Pure, literal distraction.
Can I go in there now? Oh, no. Oh, well, shit. What's the point? Other than that. Nice. Glyph, my guy. Anyway, kids are safe. Nobody died. Although... Petra! For goodness sake. What's even the point? What's getting out of here? We're getting out of here. There's no point anymore. I know there's a codex entry back there that I could do if I want to do it. I don't like stealing in this game. I don't like the mechanic. That's that. We move forward. I will fight people for codex entries. I will not do things I don't want to do. Anyway. We leave the circle tower. We leave. Hallelujah. Where are we gonna go? I hear you ask me. I think it's time. So here's the thing. I think I'm going to go straight to Redcliffe just to talk to the girl. And I have a feeling on the way there, we're probably going to get stopped by Zevran. So we'll see what happens there. Or something will happen. But we'll go the long way. You know. Nice. Cool. I'm so happy. Oh, no. Cutscene!
Sire, I have more news. Yes. Well, it seems that the fighting has gone exactly as you...
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility should be brought into line and then the Darkspawn defeated. This is no true blight, Honora. Only Kaelin's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire. But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn soon.
Kaelin approached your legions for support, did he
Never!
not?
Marek and I drove those bastards out! We'll not roll out the welcome for them now.
We need help, Father. We cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own. I will lead it through this, Honora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Kaelin?
Kaelin's death was his own doing.
Okay, yeah, so this is Zevran. Okay, cool. Firstly, we love a boss bitch. We love an aura. I was just considering then the ending, if I'm going to choose Loghain to come along with us, because Amara doesn't really have anything against Loghain. And that might sound crazy, but she doesn't. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But nonetheless, let's get this boy.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help. They attacked the wagon. Please help us. Follow me. I'll take you to them.
And then Amara goes, you know, I'm not actually that interested to help you. I'll pick up the elf route. There's nowhere else for us to go. Unfortunately, there are invisible walls and terrain that I cannot track to get around this, so I guess I'm going to have to come and help you, even though that's totally not what Amara would probably do.
Don't look now.
Oh. Where? Get 'em, boys.
The Grey Warden dies here.
You think I need to go get some, well, I wish I could go get rid of the traps. I guess not. This might be my first F. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I had plans. Alright, everyone. Is it a good idea? I think it's a good idea. Come on!
Yes. Got him.
I should be backstabbing you, I know that. Alright, and then we bring out the big guns. We go up here and we get the assassins on the ledge.
I will fight if I must.
As simple as this. Roll! Able to do that. Okay, hang on. Everyone, stop. You're doing well, Morrigan. You're doing it.
Don't look now.
Oh. So I've been thinking about this. Everything in Amara's being would be to kill him, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? But here's the thing. Here's the thing. WWAD, what would Amara do? Probably kill him. The elven assassin is wounded and unconscious, but alive. You could tie him up and talk to him if you wished. When has she ever wanted to stop? Does he have markings on his face? I always forget with Zevran if he's got tattoos on his face. I know they're not Dalish, but I wonder if he's an elf, an assassin. She hates city elves, but I wonder if she's interested or curious. She's not usually curious in most other instances. Here's the thing. Everything we have done so far would suggest that in this instance she would just kill him now. And that's where I go from a role-playing instance. What am I doing with Zevran? I'm not a Zevran girly. I'll make that clear right now. I'm not. I was not wooed by him when I first met him. And hey, come at me, I guess. He's just not my kind of guy. I was an Alistair girly when I played Origins, and the first time and the second time, and I have never been interested in Zevran. He's just not been my guy. I like that he comes back in the later games. I like that he comes back in Dragon Age 2 and the interaction that he has with Isabella. I really like that. It's fun. And I like that he is one of the missions that you can do on the table during Dragon Age Inquisition, and he comes up then. This is one of those instances where, like, I know I made choices. Well, so we've got Wynne, right? And Wynne is super helpful in a healing perspective. For me, whenever I've played Dragon Age Origins, Zevran doesn't really end up being in my party much. I find him really hard. I mean, I don't ever really look at builds for characters, and I'm sure there are builds that I could do with Zevran to make him better. I don't know. I like him as a character. I was never a Zevran girly in a romance sense. I like him as a character. I like his character arc. I like how he kind of becomes this... the words at the tip of my tongue and it's not coming. That's not good. But he kind of pulls away from the expectation of being a crow because he got sold into it and all that kind of stuff. I also know that for him and his opinions on the Dalish would be of interest maybe for Amara. But I also know that, she can probably get the vibe that he's not Dalish. He's an assassin. He's a city elf. She hates city elves, putting it plainly. And if she saw the tattoos and thought maybe that those are Dalish markings, she'd probably go, well, then you abandoned your people. So there's all these layers where I go, she'd probably just kill him now. I can always kill him later. I can wake him up and talk to him. But is that something that she would do? I don't think she would. This isn't like it's a decision that is not hard for me to make in the sense of I'm not going to die in a ditch over Zevran not being in my party or being part of the greater games, if that makes sense. I know there'll be people who won't be happy if I kill him. I'm doing it for the role-playing. It's more the codex entries that I want, and that's the other thing. That's what gets me with this, is that I know I could get some codexes with him. I'm sure there's codexes about the crows, and I'm sure there's codexes. So there's a part of me that wants to bring him along just for the codexes, because this is what this is all about. It's a story analysis. Yes, there's a role-playing part to this. But I'm here to analyze the story. And I'm here to see how we got to where we got to. So I'm going to wake him up, and I'm going to talk to him, and we'll see where it goes.
Oh, what? I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet.
It's freaking windy, my guys. Look at all those trees moving. Goodness me. I have some questions that could be easily rectified. I decided I wanted to talk to you first. Quiet, you'll answer when spoken to. She does have some questions. And by she has some questions, I have some questions to get some codexes. She wouldn't say 3. She's not a torturer, she's a killer. Let's be real. That could be easily rectified. Quiet, you'll answer when spoken to. Would she be cocky? Or would she be snippy? I just can't imagine her yelling. In this instance, I think she'll go 2.
Of that I have no doubt. You are most skilled. If you haven't killed me, however, you must have kept me alive for some purpose, yes?
I'll ask the questions here. You seem awfully glib for a prisoner. I wanted to talk to you first. She's still not going to say. She's going to say 1. I'll ask the questions here.
Ah, so I am to be interrogated. Let me save you some time. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly.
I'm rather happy you failed. What are the Antivan Crows? Who hired you to kill us? Why are you telling me all this? Right, what are the Antivan Crows? Give me some codexes.
This elf is a crow. That makes sense. They are an order of assassins out of Antiva. I understand they almost run that nation, and are hired only at great expense.
Quite right. I'm surprised you haven't heard much of the crows out here. Back where I come from, we're rather infamous.
She's a Dalish elf. She doesn't know anything. Not for being good assassins. You came all the way from Antiva. Who hired you to kill us? Why are you telling me this? That's all I wanted to know. I think she'd say that. Not for being good assassins, I see.
Oh, fine. Is that what you Fereldans do? Mock your prisoners? Such cruelty.
You came all the way from Antiva. Who hired you to kill us? Why are you telling me all this? Codexes. Tell me about Antiva.
Not precisely. I was in the neighborhood when the offer came. The crows get around, you see.
Who hired you to kill us?
A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Logan, I think his name was. Yes, that's it.
I wonder how that sits with her. As I said before, she doesn't really care much for Logan. Like, she doesn't have the whole, like, oh, he killed all the Grey Wardens as well as me. All of my family and friends are dead. She never felt that way about the Wardens. She doesn't have that connection with them. She doesn't want anything to do with them. So the whole fact that happened, she's kind of like, yeah, whatever. Didn't impact the Dalish other than the fact that I, as in Amara, have to deal with it now, and be the ones to fight the Blight. Does the fact that he hired assassins to kill her make her angry? Probably not. She's probably like, yeah, okay, fair. Alright. Does that mean you're loyal to Logan?
I have no idea what his issues are with you. The usual, I imagine. You threaten his power, yes? Beyond that, no, I am not loyal to him. I was contracted to perform a service.
Yes, both Morrigan and I will cross our arms together. You were contracted to perform a service, and now that you've failed that service...
Oh, well, that's between Logan and the crows, and between the crows and myself.
And between you and me?
Isn't that what we're establishing now?
When were you to see him next?
I wasn't. If I had succeeded, I would have returned home and the crows would have informed your Logan of the results, if he didn't already know. If I had failed, I would be dead, or I should be, at least as far as the crows are concerned. No need to see Logan then.
I do have a question for you, Zevran. Why did you kill the cow? Why is the cow skinned? Was that necessary? If you had failed, how much were you paid? Why are you telling me all of this? If you had failed?
What can I say, huh? I am an eternal optimist. Although the chances of succeeding at this point seem a bit slim, don't they? No, I don't suppose you'd find that funny, would you?
I don't think she would care about the payment. Why are you telling me all this?
Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely.
There's no reason for me to believe anything you say.
Oh, very true. Thus, there's no reason for me not to tell you everything, is there? As it is, if you're done with the interrogation, I have a proposal for you, if you're of a mind.
There wasn't really any more questions that I wanted to ask. Again, a lot of those questions are more codex entry related. I hope I get codexes out of this. I'm listening to make it quick. I'm not interested in anything you have to say. I want the codexes, which means maybe in this moment. I mean, here's the thing, right? No, well, like, you know, I use, let's say Leliana as an example. Who would have thought? A human lady who is very religious towards the Chantry and the Maker and everything else like that. And she's got Amara wrapped around her little finger. You know, because that is the romance option I am seeking in this instance. And it's an interesting dynamic, of course, because of that. I'm wondering, you know, is she interested in the sense of, like, just curiosity? You know, I think, you know, he just tried to kill her. She's probably going to say 3. I'm not interested in anything you have to say. Mindful that might mean I might kill him straight away. Might have to fight again. But it is one of those things of, I wonder if, you know, throughout the journeys and stuff like that, whether or not it's not necessarily her stopping her not liking people type situation. I think based off of the fact that they've had this conversation, because of the fact I wanted codexes. But from a role-playing perspective, let's say that she's just cute, you know, she's wanting to know a little bit more with the intent of killing him. But then as she learns, she goes, you're saying things that are weird. You are strange. You are a strange elf. You're not like any elf that I've met before. You're clearly not Dalish, but you clearly don't have loyalty to your cityness either. And I wonder if that's got her curious in that sense. I don't think she'll romance him. I'll take that off. I'm still laughing at the juxtaposition that is Leliana and Amara. I'm going to say 3 and see what happens.
Ah, well, I suppose fair is indeed fair. What is it to be, then? All I ask is that you don't eat my remains or anything barbaric. I have nightmares about that sort of thing.
Okay, cool. Easy. Ooh. I have a new job for you, Assassinate Logain. Oh, that's something I didn't think. Okay, let's think this out. Never mind that. I want you to serve me. I have a new job for you, Assassinate Logain. I want you to go tell the crows not to send anyone else. I'm tired of your chatter. Time to be quiet. Nothing barbaric. I'll make this quick. If she was going to kill him, it'd probably be 4. I don't think she would say 1. That's the other thing. Because 1 would suggest that's what she... Like, she wouldn't want someone to serve her. That's not her intent. You know? That doesn't sit right. It's not going to be 1. 2 is interesting. She doesn't care much for Logain. Does he actually skedaddle off and kill him? That'd be really funny. And I wonder if that makes a change if you bring him along to the... as one of your party members in the thing that happens. The word has escaped me. It'll be on the screen, I'm sure of it. Maybe, if I remember to put it in there. But when you get to that point where you get to fight Logain and make a decision on if he becomes a Grey Warden or not, I wonder if you ask this of Zevran and he is in your party, if that becomes an option. Because I think that would be pretty sick, if I'm going to be honest. Is it in Amara's best interest? Would she say that? I mean, ultimately, I think she'd probably say 4, but for the sake of codexes. It's so interesting as well that you get the opportunity to kill one of your companions. You get quite a few opportunities in this whole game to kill your companions, and it's unfortunate that some of them return after you've done so. In later games, cough cough Liliana, I have a new job for you, Assassinate Logain. I mean, is she thinking 4D chess? Are we getting real complex here? Is she thinking you try to assassinate me, I'll try and assassinate you out of like a personal sense? Like, she doesn't like people. She'll just go and kill him himself. Sorry, kill him herself is what I should have said there. God, a big part of me is really leaning towards 4. Because when has she ever not killed people when they've been a pain in the ass? She didn't listen to him say that he would help her. But that's the other angle. He could help her. Aha. In which case, maybe she would say 1. I'm not trying to do this to keep Zevran, by the way. I'm trying to do this in a way that it benefits me from a codex perspective. But also trying to align it with role-playing where it doesn't skew off too much. Because then I think, alright, maybe she says, never mind that, I want you to serve me, in the sense of, I need you to come with me. I need as many people as possible to fight this damn thing. You know? You've gone to kill me. You've said some things that have piqued my interest. I'd prefer you dead. However, I want you to serve me in the sense of, come fight the Blight, because I need every person possible. I feel like that is sitting with me more than asking him to assassinate Logain. Because as I said, she's just going to go and kill him anyway. Or maybe not. I still haven't decided. She might swap out Alistair. And then I get Logain instead in Inquisition. I've never experienced that before. Like a bigger picture here. Be sick as. 1, for that matter. I'm going to go 1. So it goes. So it goes. My choice. 1.
But I thought... Are you joking? It's an odd jest, though I'll laugh if you insist.
You're right, I must be joking. No joke, I want you to swear an oath. Okay, that's a bit much. Do you want to live or not? I want you to go tell the crows not to send anyone else. You're right, I must be joking. I don't think she'd ask him to swear an oath. I think she'd say, do you want to live or not?
Yes. Yes, I do. I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
Nice. Cool. Okay, that's fine. Except you don't need to be in my party. Codex updated! I thought Morrigan also leveled up. Oh, it's okay. That's alright. Okay, I will stand by my choices on that. I feel like that makes sense to me. I don't like the whole oath bit. Oh, Friends of Regeni! That's important to pick up. More codexes. More exciting things. Is Sarah in this game and we just didn't realize it until later? But yeah, I think ultimately at the end of the day, she just needs people to help her with the blight. And I mean, the same could have been said when I told Wynne to not be a nagger. But that was also under the impression that you could do that without her, like, running off, you know? Like, I didn't expect her to poof out of existence, you know? I thought that she was always going to come with you if you sided with the mages. But anyway, learning curve. So there you go. The more you know. Sten, you probably have... Yeah, you've got injuries up the wazoo. Hey. Sort yourself out, mate. Alright, we're going to level up. Alrighty. What are we going to do? Well, I'd like more cunning as well as dex, if you can imagine. So... This willpower gives me more stamina. I might go 1, 1, 1. That feels right to me. What do I need for this? Ah, level 12. Coup de grace. When a target is incapacitated, the opportunistic rogue strikes where it hurts the most, inflicting automatic backstabs against stunned or paralyzed targets. That would be good. Or I could summon a bear. I'm enjoying my wolf, although I don't think Wolfie's with me right now. I keep forgetting that that's a thing I need to do. I do have... I don't really... Maybe aim's not too bad. Otherwise, flurry might be good as a secondary dual wield thing. Or do I want to summon a bear? I mean, coup de grace is also good because, you know, you automatically get backstabs for stunned or paralyzed targets. And I do tend to... that would be great when they're coming too close and I can just feign death. That would be so funny. Anyway, that would be good just for when I do my stun moves and then I can go in and backstab with if I need to, rather than run away. Deadly Strike's probably good too. Options. Sustained things annoy me a little bit because of how much stamina that they use, and I already, you know, use up 50 of my stamina with my wolf friend. Is it worthwhile losing another 35 for the sake of bonuses to attack damage? Probably. I mean, unless I keep missing, maybe aim will stop me from missing. We're gonna get aim. We'll regret it later. Nice. Okay. Onwards. Anyway, all in all, I believe I made the right choice for me in this moment. I think I've picked everything up. Can I quickly check? Yeah, I think we got it. So, you know. Let's get ourselves to Redcliffe so I can see this lady and see what she has to say about the fact that I have killed her father. Oh! A new blacksmith. Hey, Velena.
So many people died here, including my father. I thought it was only happening in the castle. I'm glad I'm alive, but I suppose there's no point staying here any longer, is there? I have an aunt in Kalani I can stay with, I hope. Thank you ever so much for saving my life. I'll never forget you.
Oh, it was as simple as that. She didn't demand why her father died?
Hello? Well, pardon the mess, please. I'm still doing my best to find my way around here.
Who are you?
Oh, I took over the smithy after we found poor Owen dead. I guess he was killed last night. No one really knows. His daughter came back from the castle in one piece, but she don't want the place. She's shook up. So I gave her what little he left. Poor lass. If you need any work done, you just let me know. I'm no expert like Owen, but I'll learn quick enough.
Oh, sick. Okay, well, what do you have?
It isn't much, that's for sure. I haven't touched the forge in years, but I'll provide what I can.
Do you have a backpack? Secret backpack? Go. Fast song. Oh, shit. This is cute. Sitting in the back of a shop, for decades this bow gathered dust instead of victories. It almost hums with a mysterious power. Its history is no doubt long and varied, but sadly that tale has been lost to the ravages of time. Wow. I don't have 120 gold, but I want it. Sorry, to be specific, 120 gold and 90 silvers. You get 2+ rapid critical chance, but you get the attack and the critical backstab damage. That's crazy business. Versus, I mean, everything else is more on Sorrows of Arlathan except for the attack and the critical backstab damage. That's really cool. Too bad I don't have that money. I'm nowhere near that money. 19 gold and 60 silvers. Can I barter with you, sir? What else do you have? Not really anything here of interest for me. Not accessories, none of this stuff, and you don't have anything else. Okay, cool. That's fine. So it goes. Completed a quest. Sorry, Velena. I like how everybody's like, don't know how he died. Yeah, God, who would know? Just don't look closely.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Hey, could you give me 120 of those coins? Unintended consequences, hello. An urgent plea from Brother Baird. Something is stalking the wilds, killing the good merchants who support our towns in these difficult times. One would assume that this is the reason the Chantry employs the use of the Templars, but they are mindful of a simple brother's plea. I understand they have but they are unmindful of a simple brother's plea. I understand they have the Darkspawn and the constant threat of uncontrolled magic to contend with, but are they not meant to protect the common people? Whatever the source of this thing, whatever unconscionable force has unleashed it, someone must make the road safe again. All we know is that it's not animal, bandit, or darkspawn. If anyone will stand, I will provide of my own wealth as compensation. I will accept if it is 120 gold and 90 silver. Do you have anything more? No.
Maker's blessing.
No.
Things upon you, Warden.
That's fine. Okay, well, I've done my thing. Let's get out of here. I think I can just go from here. Hey, we're gonna stop on in the party camp.
I have been studying Mother's grimoire. Ooh. Do you wish to hear what I have found?
Absolutely, if we must. Can we discuss another? What did you find? Yeah, one, if you must.
'Tis not what I expected. I had hoped for a collection of her spells, a map of the power that she commands. But this is not it.
So it was for nothing, yet you look disturbed, disappointed then. 2, yet you look disturbed.
Disturbed? Yes, perhaps that is the right word. One thing in particular within her writings disturbs me. Here, in great detail, Flemeth explains the means by which she has survived for centuries.
Spell of immortality, that should prove useful. No, let me guess, she drinks blood, eats children. I think she'd say 1. As I said, Amara is really curious about Morrigan. And I don't think she'd be flippant either. She's mean and snippy, and she has her good one-liners. However, I don't think in this instance she'd be like, let me guess. It's not like her. So 1. A spell of immortality, question mark?
Oh, if only 'twere so. Flemeth has raised many daughters over her long lifetime. There are stories of these many witches of the wilds throughout chastened legend, yet I have never seen a one, and always wondered why not. And now I know. They are all Flemeth. When her body becomes old and wizened, she raises a daughter, and when the time is right, she takes her daughter's body for her own.
Are you certain about this? So is Flemeth immortal or not? I'm not sure I understand what you mean, so why would she risk sending you with me? What do you intend to do about it? And you had no idea, I'm so sorry. Alright, how would Amara react to this? Probably in shock. Because it's crazy business. They are all Flemeth. When her body becomes old and wizened, she raises the daughter, and when the time is right, she takes her daughter's body for her own. Keeping in mind that she's also Methal as well, so she's got Methal in her. It's a really interesting kind of position to be in, you know, to think that way. I think... How would Amara respond? Are you certain about this? So is Flemeth immortal or not? I'm not sure I understand what you mean. So why would she risk sending you with me? So what do you intend to do about it? I think she'd ask 5. Because Amara is about action, you know? About getting things done. So what do you intend to do about it?
There is only one possible response to this. Flemeth needs to die. I will not sit about like an empty sack waiting to be filled. Flemeth must be slain, and I need your help to do it.
Perhaps you should talk to her about it first. Whoa, we're wobbling. The camera has a wobble. Perhaps you should talk to her about it first. Probably not. Kill Flemeth, isn't that a little extreme? Don't know about that. Why do you need my help? Can this wait? I wish there was a... Yeah, let's go. Because I did that in the Fade, you know. She was just like, yeah, sure. We'll kill Flemeth, sure. Where's the enthusiasm? Is it because I keep saving people? Is that my problem? I'm doing it for codex entries. Why do you need any help? Why do you need my help? Can this not wait until another time? Forget it, I'm not going to help you kill your mother. No. Ultimately, she'll help her. I'm just wondering if there's any questions that she would ask. She wouldn't ask 1. Kill Flemeth, isn't that a little extreme? She wouldn't ask that. Why do you need my help? Can this not wait until another time? Very well, I'll help you if I can. I don't know if she'd ask any questions. I'm just thinking, is there any codexes I might get from this? Like, I'm wondering if 3 is a question she would ask only on the basis that, you know, for Amara, she will happily kill at any point. And she makes that onus on herself. So why do you need my help? I think she would ask that question just for that reason.
Because if she is slain while I am near, I am not certain that she will not simply be able to take possession of me right there. So obviously I cannot be the one to do it.
Oh, obviously. Yes. Very well, I'll help you if I can.
Then what needs to be done is for you to go back to Flemeth's hut in the Kakari Wilds without me. Confront her and slay her quickly. I doubt she will truly be dead even then, but it will take her years to find a new host and recover her power, if that is even possible. The thing I must have is her true grimoire. With it, I can defend against her power in the future. Everything else in her hut is yours.
It's not that I forget. I was just bizarre. I always forget. It's not that I forget. Morrigan is so beautiful. Just like looking at her, and I don't know if it's because I've changed her outfit as well and she just looks really good in this outfit. I don't know. But she is a beautifully designed character. She certainly is. And she continues to be throughout. I think she's a very gorgeous character. Do I have a time limit on this? Are you serious? Kill Flemeth of Witch of the Wilds. It sounds like you want someone to do your dirty work. I'll see what I can do. Just 4.
I am grateful. The sooner this can be done, the sooner it will set my mind at ease.
I'll do anything for you, Morrigan. Anything! Okay, alright. We're here now. And I've got more things to sell. And I also want to enchant some stuff. And I think that will then get rid of this quest marker. So, give me a moment to do some selling and some enchanting. And then we'll talk to everyone. And then we'll... I say we'll probably set off on that quest. Or we'll at least... get to a point where, yeah, we might set off. I don't know. Let's see how long everything takes. I also want to gift some stuff. Now, the problem with gifting things is that everybody's approval goes way up, and then all of a sudden, everybody loves you. That is not my intention with this. I am not trying to get everybody to love me in that sense, because I know that my choices are going to make things negative. I'm interested to know if by making negative choices, if I lose people along the way, and that's fine, so it goes. I also just want to get rid of some of this stuff. From a Leliana perspective, I think it's going to be very difficult for me to naturally get her approval rating up with the choices that Amara will make over time. And I really want that to be the romance between them, because I really see, particularly when Leliana gets to Inquisition, taking that darker route, becoming a hardened version of Leliana is something that I would really like to see. And I think the fact that the turning point of that is her meeting Amara and seeing how she goes about stuff. You know, there is obviously a darker part of Amara. She's will just kill people, you know, with the exclusion of Zevran. That's for greater purposes. Not to suggest that she won't do it later. I don't know. Or sell them out back to the crows. I don't know. I don't know what Amara's intentions are right now on all of those things. But nonetheless, there are some things that I know will be outside of my power to achieve. So some things like getting Leliana's approval up is only for that reason, to get that. Others I might give the gifts to. And I may, like, even just to get some quests as well to move those things along. But there's also a part of me that's like, I might just sell some of the gifts too. So we'll see how it all goes. Nonetheless, we pause so I can get some inventory stuff and some enchantment stuff done before we go into that. So let's do it. Okay, inventory sorted. You can see I've got a rune on one of my daggers, and I gave a rune to Sten's blade. I also gave him a new blade. People are wearing things. People have got new stuff. I don't think there's anything more I really want to say to Morrigan, because now she's going to be on that loop for her mother's quest, but I'll speak to her anyway, just in case. Anything you want to say?
What do you wish of me?
No, that's alright. Never. I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
I think I'll go never mind for now. That's okay. Obviously enchanting didn't get rid of that. I think it's asking him for more information about himself. That's fine. Anyway, Sten, what do you have to say?
Yes.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Why did you come to Ferelden?
To answer a question.
What was the answer? Would you want to know the answer or the question? What was the question?
The Arishok asked what is the Blight. By his curiosity, I am now here.
Okay, don't you have to report back then? What's an Arishok? Why would the Kunari care about the Blight? I think I should say, what the hell's an Arishok?
The one who commands the Antam, the body of the Kunari.
Okay, so would she say so he's your king? Question mark. Why does he care about the Blight? Did you find the answer to his question? I don't think she'd say so he's your king. I think she understands that he commands something. Why does he care about the Blight? Did you find the answer to his question? Why does he care about the Blight?
Why do you?
It could destroy the world. Ferelden is my home. I'm a Grey Warden. Ooh. I don't think she'd say Ferelden is a home. I don't know if her Dalish clan only stays in Ferelden. It could travel wherever and however it wants to. I think it's just one. It could destroy the world.
Do you think the Kunari live on some other world then?
Yeah, that's true. Did you find the answer to his question?
A portion of it.
What was the answer?
Were you not at Ostagar when the army was overwhelmed?
Oh, yes.
That is your answer.
Okay. Don't you have to report back then?
Yes.
So what are you still doing here for? When are you going to do that? Well, I can see her right on top of that. I think she'd say when When are you going to do that?
Never.
Oh.
I cannot go home.
I'm sorry. Well, you can stay with us. Why not?
It doesn't matter now.
What
Can
matters
we
to me?
move on? We keep the dark spawn waiting.
Okay, let's go.
As you wish.
That's fine. We'll come back to that later. I'm not going to push it out of you now. Alistair hates me, but we'll talk to you anyway. He's going to be all aggressive, like, what do you want?
What do you need now?
Yeah, he hates me. I'd like to ask you something.
If you really have to, go ahead.
Just shots in the heart. Oh, he hates me. So you said this Al Aemon raised you, question mark.
Did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact.
That's not what I remember you telling Flemeth. That would explain the smell. I thought you were raised by the Chantry. Really? That must have been tough for them. How would she go about this? Would she be serious? Would she not get the joke? I think she gets the fact that he's telling a joke. She's not that, like, dense. I'm leaning for 4. Not because I'm trying to antagonize him. I'm just thinking about her response. She loves animals. Of course she does. We gotta go speak to Elganon in a minute. Really, that must have been tough for them. I think that's what she would have said.
Well, they were flying dogs, you see. Surprisingly strict parents, too. And devout Andrastians to boot.
And these dogs sold you to the Chantry, I take it. I'm sorry? Holy shit. Alright, we'll go down the list to get to the gold. And these dogs sold you the Chantry, I take it. This is what they say about Anders? That is what they say about Anders? Oh, Andrastians, yeah. Raised by flying devout dogs, I see. Cunning! Do you write at least? I bet your mother's a bitch. That is so funny. And I have to choose it. I think in my head, you know, she doesn't like people. She loves dogs. That's a really rough thing to say. I think it's a really good joke. He's going to hate it, and that kills me. But in saying that, I don't think she'd say any of the other options anyway. We're going for 4!
All right, I give. I cannot match your rapier wit. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Al Aemon wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
Why did he send you off to the Chantry? He wasn't your father, so you know who is, but you blamed him then, I take it. I think she'd be curious. It's just because I want to know when he's going to tell me.
I know who I was told was my father. He died even before my mother did, anyhow. It isn't important. Al Aemon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, then you, Arlessa, resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
You were probably luckier than most orphans. Wasn't it inappropriate for the Isle to raise an orphan? What an awful thing to do to a child. That sounds like a bunch of whining. I didn't expect him to take so energetically positively to my cunning comment before. So it goes. That was funny. There was a line there that he said about how his father died before his mother did. So if he's referring to Marek, because he knows that his father is the king, and he's not letting on yet that that's the case, then he knows that his mother lived after his dad died? And how would they know that? Who? Because it's Fiona. In case anybody's wondering, hi, welcome. Fiona's Alistair's mother. And we know that she's alive. How does he know she's alive? Knowing that when we go and see Goldana, it's clearly not his sister or half-sister. She goes on about how, like, his mother died, I think. If I'm remembering that right. And so, how does he know? I don't know. Anyway, we'll get to that later. I think she's going to say 4. She said her funny comment. He was just like, oh, that's really funny. When actually she meant it like, you know, like the compliment that people make that isn't a compliment. It's a backstab type compliment, which is a backhanded compliment is what I should say. Where people say, you know, oh, you've got a face for radio. She probably said it more in the sense of like, in a rude way, and he's taken it as a funny way, and she's just like, and now he's just kind of talk. I mean, she asked a question like, oh, you know who your father is? Like, just out of curiosity, like, oh, hang on a second, so you're a bastard. Okay, that's funny. Also, who's your father, if you know who it is? And he goes, oh, well, you know, this kind of guy, and then yap, and she's just like, oh, shut up. Sounds like a bunch of whining, to be honest.
I suppose you're right. I wasn't raised as the Earl's son, though, if you're picturing that. I slept in hay, out in the stables, not on silk sheets. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid thing to do. The Earl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
And you think the owl will help us? Are you sure he isn't your father? You were young. Firstly, she probably goes, oh, I picked that amulet up. So she'll give it to him. Because you just do, you know? You think the owl will help us? I think she would ask that question, like, in the sense of, hang on, sounds like hate your guts. You think the owl's going to help us?
I think so, yes. This news we've heard about him being sick disturbs me, though. I wonder if we won't discover that Loghain has come to the same conclusion as we have. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
Okay, sick. Oh, I got 1. Okay, so it probably went up with the cunning joke and then went down when I told him that he was whining. Okay, +1 is fine. Elganon, hello, my dear boy.
Look at what your fool dog placed in my pack.
All right, back off. This is Elganon you're talking
putrid,
about.
half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
It's the thought that counts, he means. Well, can't be stinkier than what normally goes into them. Wow. I think he thinks you need more meat on your bones. Why doesn't he share his food with me? I think she would say this in like a, why doesn't he share his food with me? I think that's how I imagine this question going.
You are welcome to this if you really want it. The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
Don't do it. You heard the lady. It was a gift. You can't just throw it away like that.
I just did. I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
Morrigan. I think he had his... You're a mean lady. The dog is too smart for his own good. I think she should say, you're a mean lady.
Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
Nice one, Elganon. Nice. Alright. Severin new, Leliana. Oh, yeah, I want to drop some stuff in here. Because you want... Oh, shit, I have to talk to you first. What do you want from me?
The Circle of Magi stands ready to assist, Grey Warden, as do the Templars of the Chantry.
Do you need anything? You want runes, don't you? You don't want my gems, or do you want my gems?
There are always areas to improve on, Grey Warden. The most useful for my talents are runes.
God damn it. I thought you wanted gems. I kept my gems. Well, I guess I'll sell my gems now. But before that, Liliana, hello. Actually, Severin.
Here I am.
Here you are. Care to answer some questions, sir?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
I want to ask you one. Tell me a little bit about Antiva.
Oh, you wish to know about Antiva, do you? The only way to truly appreciate it would be to go there. It is a warm place, not cold and harsh like this Ferelden. In Antiva it rains often, but the flowers are always in bloom. Or so the saying goes.
Antiva's actually really pretty in the Veilguard. I do really like Antiva in that. And it has assassins. Don't you want to go back? You don't like Ferelden? There's a warm place, not cold and harsh like this Ferelden. It rains often, the flowers are always in bloom. What would she say? I think she'd just state, and it has assassins.
Every land has its assassins. Some are simply more open about their business than others. I hail from the glorious Antiva city, home to the royal palace. It is a glittering gem amidst the sand, my Antiva city. Do you come from someplace comparable?
My people have no cities. I'm not from any glittering gem. No, of course, my mother was better than any gem. Why, you want to compare? Don't be an idiot. My people have no cities, is I think what she would say.
Ah, yes, of course. The wandering life of the Dalish. That truly is better. I'm jealous. You know what is most odd? We speak of my homeland, and for all its wine and its dark-haired beauties and the lilo flutes of the minstrels, I miss the leather the most.
Now that is odd. Is that some kind of euphemism? This I have to hear. She's probably a bit like on the fence of how she feels about the situation, if I'm going to be honest. You know, clearly he's a city elf. She doesn't like them. She kept them alive for some weird voice in the back of her head telling her that she needed to do it for codex entries. Now that is odd. Is that some kind of euphemism? I think she'd say now that is odd.
I mean the smell. For years I lived in a tiny apartment near Antiva City's leather-making district, in a building where the crows stored their youngest recruits, packed in like crates. I grew accustomed to the stench, even though the humans complained of it constantly. To this day, the smell of fresh leather is what reminds me most of home more than anything else.
You sound like you've been away from home forever. That's a little bizarre. There's leather everywhere. Really? You mean a cesspool? You smell a cesspool, sorry, and think of home. I think she probably will say 3, to be honest. Really, you smell a cesspool and think of home. Because she's, you know, she's one with nature, with the Dalish. She thinks that's a bit strange.
It reminds me of all the idle pleasures I got up to in that little apartment. But yes, it's true. There is no accounting for love. Before I left, I was tempted to spend what little coin I possessed on leather boots I spotted in a store window. Finest Antivan leather. Perfect craftsmanship. But I was a fool to leave them. I thought, Zevran, you can buy them when you return as a reward for a job well done. More the fool I, no?
Your home is still there, Zevran. I asked you about Antiva, not your leather fetish. The job being killing me, right? No Antivan boots for you. So I don't think she'd be, like, compassionate. There's no reason for it. She was interested to know about Antiva. Not getting to know him. Maybe 3. No Antivan boots for you. Let's go 2. I asked you about Antiva, not your leather fetish.
There is plenty that you could discover about Antiva if you read some dusty old book. Population, products, history, all these things, I am certain. I can but offer you what it means to be Antivan. If that is not enough, then ask me no more. I can tell you nothing that you would not see if you went there yourself.
Be sensitive at your own peril. There's no need to get upset. Nothing should say. Be sensitive at your own peril.
Very well. It is far easier simply to be silent.
Oh, he does that. He doesn't like me. That's okay. True to her. She's not a fan. Win.
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
Yeah, it has been. Feels like we've been doing circle stuff for like 3 episodes, maybe even 4. It's been a long time. You were right. Yes, you should get some rest. Starting to slow down a little, are we? None of these answers are really meshing with me into what is something that Amara would say or do. Oh, you were right. It's too compassionate. Yes, you should get some rest. Again, feels a little too compassionate. Starting to slow down a little, are we? Yes, it's rude. But not in the way that she generally is, if that makes sense. We'll go with 3.
I'm just feeling a little weary is all. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
No, you're a person. There's still some life in those old bones, I bet. It's a little hard to miss, yes. You are very sprightly for your age, though. I think she would say this, and I know that it's meant to be like a really stupid joke. But I think Amara would literally be like, no, you are a human, in the sense of, no, I don't like you. Like, no, you're a person.
Very funny.
Not a joke.
But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
I'm sure you'll be kicking around for years yet. Hey, don't say those things. We still need you. You're not allowed to be done quite yet. I think she'd say you're not allowed to be done quite yet.
Oh, no. I'm not the sort of person that leaves things unfinished. I'll see this through, I promise.
Cool. Easy. Zevran is still disapproving. That's okay. Hey, Liliana. Love me, please.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
Oh dear. Tell me a story.
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Alright. Tell me about the Darkspawn. I didn't realise that we hadn't unlocked the shed. So tell me a story. Tell me about the Darkspawn.
Chantry lore says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinder Imperium ruled much of the world we know. In their pride, they thought their magics invincible and imagined that they were greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator. But they were impure and full of sin. And it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the Darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris.
So, we know part of that is partially true. Which is interesting. I think the storytelling of Liliana, I think this is where I see Amara kind of becoming more and more into Liliana, because obviously part of the Dalish clans is telling stories about things. And I think acknowledging that Liliana is a minstrel and a bard, Amara goes, okay, alright, well, tell me a story. Tell me a bit more about this. And she goes for Darkspawn because that's obviously what's on the brain. And then she is just entranced by the storytelling and hearing all about it. And I think that's the tipping point for Amara. She slowly falls for her as she talks, which is very cute. There are certain things like the Black Grimoire, for example, I gave to Morrigan right away when I got it in the Circle Tower because it made sense, probably from a storytelling perspective, because Morrigan was there and Amara probably went, hey, you're a mage, take this. I think things like the Andraste's Grace Flower and the shoes that we eventually find for Liliana, we'll wait until she tells us about those things before we give it to her, because it would make no sense really for Amara to go out of her way to give them to Liliana just for shits and gigs. So I think that would kind of show that she listens as well. So I think I'll leave it at that. But also in regards to the story that we just heard. Yes, Venatori well, they weren't Venatori, were they? Tevinter mages went up to the Golden City, of which the elven gods were trapped in there with all of their beautiful blight. And then they got the trickle of a blight and came back down. And the Maker kicked them out. That being Solus. So make of that what you will. I think that is a really interesting point. I still really like the theory of Solus being the Maker. How funny to be so against the idea of becoming a god and those who pretend to be gods becoming the god of the human people. That's so funny to me. But anyway, we'll leave it at that. Let's just move on. Thank you for the story. God forbid, Zevran, I know that you're unhappy with me. We move on. Okay. This has been a long enough episode. There's been a few cuts here, there, and everywhere because of inventory management and the like, and some running around that I didn't have to do. We're going to talk to this fella. Levi is what I say, but I believe it's Levi. But we'll talk to Levi Dryden so that we can go and do that DLC quest after we've done story time and go into episode 14. So that is what episode 14 will be. It'll be this guy's quest, which is great. But with that being said and done, we'll now go into story time and have a read of some codex entries and see what we got. See if there's any fun ones, see if there's any interesting ones. So let's get cracking right onto that, shall we? We want to go that way. Alright, so we've had a few changes. So we've got unintended coincidences. That's a word. Unintended consequences. A strange creature is killing merchants. Be on the lookout while travelling and it may find you. That's fine. Companions. Flemeth's grimoire. Kill Flemeth and take her real grimoire. Morrigan has spent much time reading the tome you found in the Circle Tower. Don't know when she got the time to do it, but I'm sure she has. However, while it wasn't exactly a book of Flemeth's magic as she had hoped, she has learned one thing. Flemeth intends to use her to prolong her life. Morrigan has decided that Flemeth must die, and that Flemeth's real grimoire is to be hers. You agreed to kill Flemeth for Morrigan. The old witch is likely where you last saw her. And then Denerim. We've got Drake Scale armor. Find and use the Drake Scale. We're going to find who I believe in one of the DLCs, it's the Darkspawn one, where you get to be a Darkspawn and you get to absolutely run riot through Denerim, as if it's the the last battle, the final battle. What's his face that does the Drake Scale armor turns out to have a demon in him. I think it's a pride demon, not a pride demon, a desire demon, which is interesting. It's very interesting. Possessed man makes some good armor. Anyway, searching the carcass of a dead drake, you found a number of undamaged scales. They're extraordinarily hard, yet light. A master armor smith may be able to make the armor for you. And Friends of Regeni. You have acquired the small painted box, as requested by the Friends of Regeni. The reward, whatever it is waiting off the market district in Denerim. Fabuloso. Codex. Oh, looks like we've got a few. Buckle yourselves in, because it could be good, it might not be. Let's see how it goes. Creatures! Dragon! Dragonlings. Newly hatched dragons are roughly the size of a deer and voraciously hungry. They live for a short time in their mother's lair before venturing out on their own. The slender, wingless creatures are born in vast numbers as only a few ever make it to adulthood. Drakes. Male dragons never develop into the winged monsters of myth. At most, their forelegs grow into vestigial spurs where wing membrane might have been. Once they have fully matured, males immediately seek out the lairs of adult females. When they find one, they move into her lair and spend the rest of their lives there, hunting for her and defending her young. They will aggressively defend her nest, and many would-be dragon hunters have been lost to their fiery breath and crushing blows from their tails. Okay, so the drakes are the male dragons, which I think is interesting, because in Dragon Age the Veilguard, Tash, they mention that only female dragons have wings. And so anytime you see a dragon with wings, it's a female. And I feel like the way that they kind of announce that or say that is kind of the first time that it is mentioned in dialogue, if that makes sense. And I feel like a lot of people were taken aback by that. But clearly, it's been told to us before. In codexes. It's just people don't always read the codexes. This is why people need to read the codexes. Because people would know, guess what? Male dragons don't ever get wings. And that's that. The dragons that we fight, all of them that we fight that have wings, Queens. Dragon queens. Right, any more creatures? We do have more creatures. Alright, what is it going to be? Not that, not that, not that. I think it might be Pride Demon, if I close that. Yes, it is. Okay. I was going to say, I feel like if I had picked up Pride Demon earlier, I would have been really excited because of the whole Soulless being Pride type situation. That's why I was like, have I read this? No, I haven't. This is exciting. Let me explain what it is to face a Pride Demon, my friends. You may scoff and say that our talents exist only to face mages, but you will encounter demons often. They will be summoned by a Maleficar and bound to do his bidding, and while at times they will be forced into the possession of a host, they will also face you in their true form. A powerful opponent indeed, do not underestimate it. Pride is powerful and intelligent. When we have encountered one in its true form, its most common attacks are bolts of fire and ice. Fire they will use to burn an opponent, and the magical flame will combust anything you wear regardless of make. Ice they will use to freeze an opponent in place. Be cautious, for they enjoy employing this against warriors in particular. More than one group of Templars has made the mistake of attempting to overwhelm a Pride Demon and suffered the consequences. Believe me. And if you think that having the aid of other mages will assist you, you are wrong. Pride Demons can render themselves immune to magic for short times, and are adept at dispelling magic that is cast upon you, as much as we Templars are able to disrupt spells. Think on that for a moment, my friends. Be wary of how prideful you become, lest you find too much in common with such a fiend. Transcript of a lecture given by Varen, Templar Commander of Tantavale, 686 Steel. It doesn't, there are things in there where you go, yeah, you shouldn't underestimate it, Pride Demons are the worst, etc., all that kind of stuff. Yep. The only thing in here that you kind of question is the fact that it talks about how they use bolts of fire and ice, when we know that it becomes like a lightning foe rather than that. I don't remember when we were fighting Aldred, who became a Pride Demon, if they were fighting with fire and ice. I don't remember. I just know that I was listening for when I needed to use the Litany of Drala. There's nothing in here that makes me go, oh yeah, Soulless, other than, Pride is powerful and intelligent. But anyway, more you know. Am I disappointed? No, it is what it is. We sometimes get fed, sometimes we don't. Osiris, the Dragon Slayer, currently sitting on Sten's back with a lightning rune. In the company of monsters he went, down the empty wolf roads after the dragon to the lands where the ice is like steel, and the air grows thin as a beggar, and every rocky path is strewn with the bones of the lonely dead. There Dane dwelled, and 50 swords were worn to be rusted ruin before at last they found the cave of Fenshal, ancient keeper of the mountains, bane of wolves. Dane sought a way in which the dragon might be felled. Fiend of fire and talon, its scales brighter than any warrior's mail, teeth greater than men, and all around the slumbering worm were bones. Wolves, men, beasts beyond counting, the fume of death frightened even the wolf pack, and Dane, desperate, crept into the cavern to seek the monster's death alone. There, shining around the dead like a star, his hand found a sword, Osiris, forged by the dwarf smiths for an Alamari, always makes me think calamari, Alamari lord long ago, waiting age after age to be taken to battle once more, and this Dane freed from the earth and struck at the eye of the dragon still sleeping with a swift, terrible blow, and Fenshal woke wrath only to die, from Dane and the werewolf. The legend of the blade Osiris predates Andraste, the sword that Dane found in the dragon's treasure hoard, which he used to slay both Fenshal and the werewolf, was passed on to his son Hafter. Dane may have been fiction, but Hafter was fact. In 140 Divine, he led the Calamari tribes against Darkspawn that flooded into the Ferelden Valley from the Dwarven lands. I have to remember, that is Dwarf, isn't it? Like that guy said. From the Dwarven lands. He not only drove back the horde, he also then defeated the combined forces of the Avars and the Chastened, who hoped to take advantage of the chaos. His victories earned him such respect from the tribes he was named the First Terran. After years of ruling the valley in peace, it is said that Haftar left Ferelden, sailing into the unknown east of the Amaranthine Ocean with the blade still in hand, never to be seen again. It'd be really cool if he came back with, like, the Kunari coming. I don't know which way the Amaranthine Ocean is, but, you know, it'd be cool if Usaris came back from, like, with the... Anyway. My hopes and dreams of the Devouring Storm, Dragon Age 5. Give it to me, please. Alistair, you've said some things. Alright, so it's not the last one. Unless it is. It might be the second and last paragraphs that are new. So, his mother was a servant girl who died when Alistair was very young. He was raised by Eamon Guerin, Earl of Redcliffe for a time. The Earl's wife, Isolde, suspected the reason her husband took an interest in the welfare of a servant's child was that Alistair was Eamon's son. She insisted that the boy be sent away to the Chantry. Oh, we've got more things than characters. It's probably Zevran. Maybe Wynne. Unless there's something else. There's every possibility. Is there anything more? I think probably for First Enchanter Irving, it's just the last paragraph, which is, although much of the circle was destroyed by Aldred's abominations, Irving survived and plans to rebuild what he can. Got nothing for Isolde. I don't think anything... anything new for Leliana? Nope. Loghain, anything new after we saw the thing? His actions sparked a civil war. Loghain's supporters found themselves fighting their neighbours who blamed Loghain for the death of the king, as well as those who simply wished to take advantage of the power vacuum. Unsure if that's new, but there you go. Morrigan probably said something. No. Okay. It would be awesome if it was clear what's new and what's not, but I know Zevran would be. The crows send their regards. Between the Tevinter Imperium, Ravane, and the Free Marchers sits the nation of Antiva. Although it possesses few resources of its own, Antiva's location makes it a centre for trade in the north, and the capital, Antiva City, is the wealthiest in the world. Antiva has virtually no army. The monarchy is too weak to support one. The Antivans would be hard-pressed even to name the current king, as the true power lies in the hands of a dozen merchant princes, each with a personal army, and each locked in a constant struggle for power against all the others. Anyone would think, then, that Antiva would be a ripe target for invasion by one of her neighbours, but even the Kunari leave Antiva alone, until the Veilguard, for one very good reason: the House of Crows. The most efficient, most feared, and most expensive guild of assassins in the world calls Antiva their home, and their reputation alone defends the borders. Zevran was the crow contracted by Loghain to assassinate Alistair and Amara. One failed attempt later, however, he found himself at the mercy of his would-be victims. They showed him unexpected mercy. It was unexpected for these things, the Codex. And in return, he swore to aid the Wardens on their quest to end the Blight. Nice. Okay. Books and Songs. The Legend of Calenhad, Chapter 2. With the allegiance of Arl Mirrodin, Calenhad began his rise to greatness. Some of Mirrodin's allies who also pledged allegiance, but most thought him foolhardy. A boy commoner was to lead them and become king. Over the years that followed, however, Calenhad would prove himself worthy of Mirrodin's trust. With each victory, he won over more men to his command, and his reputation as a man of honour spread. Eventually, during his campaign against the lowland Banon, he met his most infamous friend and companion, the vaunted warrior Lady Shayna. Calenhad married the famously beautiful daughter of Mirrodin Mayrin, and his firm belief in the ways of the Chantry became the staple of his court. In time when the Chantry was still new to the lands and courts following Andraste held the majority of the power in Ferelden, Calenhad began to solidify the nation as one in line with the other nations around it. This piety eventually won over to Calenhad those faithful in Ferelden who had been waiting for such a leader. With Lady Shayna at his side, Calenhad was unstoppable, and by 542 Exalted, the war for Ferelden had come down to one final battle against the collected forces of Simeon, Terran of Denerim, and the most potent nobleman in the land. Callan had persuaded the Circle of Magi to come to his aid, as well as the Ash Warriors, and in the Battle of White Valley, he famously defeated Terran Simeon and united the nation. During the battle, Simeon nearly killed Calenhad, but Lady Shayna intervened and took the wound for him, slaying Simeon. Calenhad was crowned king in Denerim that year, and Mayrin his queen, but he spent much of the months that followed nursing Lady Shayna back to health. King Calenhad's Ferelden was peaceful for a time, with the chantry spreading quickly under the king's guidance. Everywhere the king and queen went, they were surrounded by cheering crowds. The common folk celebrated Calenhad as their own who had achieved the impossible, and trade opened up with many outside lands for the first time in Ferelden's existence, but as with many such golden ages, it was not to last. From The Legend of Calenhad by Brother Heron, Chantry Scribe 810 Blessed. Nice. I don't have much to say on that. It's an interesting story. It is an interesting story. That's what I like about the depth of this game, is how there are these little tales and these little bits of story that just give you a little bit more lore, a little bit more understanding of it. And it's stuff like that kind of, you know, they talk about Lady Shayna, right? And they talk about all the stuff that's in there. And the thing that gets me is we read these stories and we learn about them, and then, you know, it turns out that if it's looked at again in another game or something like that, I know this one doesn't, but, you know, I think of the whole Jaws of Hakon DLC in Inquisition, and how, like, the story turns out like that the past Inquisitor was a mage as well as an elf, and it's a whole big deal because history has it as not a mage and not an elf, it's a human warrior kind of guy, right? And so whenever I read these types of legends and stuff, I always think, is it an elf? Is it a mage? Is it something else than what they're wanting the story to be? That's the only thing that comes to mind when I hear about some of these major people in the history of this. Is it actually a human? Because it's always what they want it to be, and it always ends up being something else. That's all that comes to mind when I read these things. Right, notes. What have we found? Oh dear. Was it a love letter I picked up? Guess we'll find out. I've read the bodice ripped one, haven't I? Yes. Was it this one, a delicate matter? While I am overjoyed at the prospect of having you, an unwelcome guest requires that you excuse yourself. Is that it? No, maybe it's got nothing to do with it. Maybe it wasn't a love letter. I don't know. Circles within circles? No, I've read that. Desire and need? Is that it? No. Could it have been? Oh no, that was something else. Irving's mistake? No. Promises of pride? Was that it? No. No. Maybe it was. I don't know what note I got. Maybe it was Promises of Pride and it was something else. Maybe it's the last one. The call is made. We will stride out here with pride in our step, regardless of the outcome. This is for the good of the circle. Aldred will see to it. Makes sense if it was at the end. So it goes. Alright, what have we got here? Friends of Regeni. The task was never promised to be easy. You said you could enter the circle tower, and you were believed. Find the small painted box in First Enchanter Irving's office and deliver it to the door marked in Denerim as agreed, and be prepared to find yourself hunted across Ferelden. Friends of Regeni. There is a sketched map of several doors. It requires the box to be placed on it to block out false leads. That's it. There's another one. What else is there? 5 pages, 4 mages. I think I've already read this. Watch Guard of Reaching. Maleficarum regrets? Question mark. Sounds like it. I won't go back. Let them hunt and dread finding me. But you, Melis, should not live this life. It would please me if you found a life in the Circle Tower. I left a few things there, mostly stolen from the enchanters. Sell them to fund a new path. The cache is in the study area, middle alcove. Oops. if I missed that. Anyway, that is the Codex. This has been a longer than usual episode, which is fine. It's fun, and I feel like I am just overjoyed that I'm no longer in the Fade and we're role-playing. Haven't done that for a while, so I feel a bit rusty. I feel like I've made all the right choices for Amara so far, but it's always one of those things that I'll probably get off this recording and I will go sit with it and consider, and while I'm editing this, I'm going to be like, that didn't make any sense. But anyway, we push on for the sake of the codexes. But nonetheless, had a really good time. Very happy to be out of the Fade and able to do all this other stuff. The Circle Tower questline is now done. I'm happy with how that all turned out. We've got Zevran in the party, so that all happened. We spoke to Vaelena, so that's all done. And the dude, the new blacksmith, has a cool bow that I'm interested in. I just need to get 120 gold. That's going to take a while. I know I said I'd do the gifts now. I think I'll wait. I think what I'll probably do off camera is just give a few kind of gifts, not any like big, any of the ones that provide dialogue. But I'll make sure to do that at a time that I'm recording, just in case there's one that I forget provides dialogue. You know, like the amulet, Andraste's amulet, obviously giving that to Alistair results in dialogue. So obviously I'd like to be able to do that on recording, but there may be a few that I'll give away outside of that. We'll see. I'm also just interested to know about how the game goes when you're just letting people feel the way that they do. You know, like Zevran might just leave because I'm just not a good person. I'm just interested to know what might happen if I just let them, if I only give them their key gifts but not any of the others, what would happen. But I also want to make sure that I get all the quests too. I don't have to have all the quests, I've done them all before, but you know, it's that inner fight. It's the inner fight. But anyway, with all that being said, we finish up, we close up, we're at the party camp, we're going to go on and do the Dryden quest. I'm pretty sure that's Soldier's Peak. It might not be, it might be another name. I'm pretty sure it's Soldier's Peak. Nonetheless, that will be the quest that we do next and get that done. And then my goal after that is to get Shale, and then we move on from there. I know that if you go and do the dwarves, you get what's his face, the really cool dwarven character that everybody so loves and is such an important part of the story. He gets included in a DLC and everything in Dragon Age Awakening. Anyway, I'm not too fussed. I think from a questline perspective, the next place that Amara would go is probably to the Daily Shelves, and that's what I'm going to probably lock in. I might bring Zevran along for that just to see if there's any interesting conversation that happens with that. But if not, it will just be interesting to see how it all turns out anyway with Amara in the party as the warden. I mean, it's not her Dalish camp, but I'm interested to see how she goes with everybody else. So that's kind of the plan. Obviously, that's not all going to happen in episode 14. But Levi Dryden's quest will definitely happen in episode 14. So I'll leave you with that, and for something exciting, because that's where I'm just going to dump all of my stuff anyway, if I get storage from it, which I think I do. If you like the video and you're enjoying the journey, make sure to give a thumbs up and like the video. Really like it when you guys do that, it's a lot of fun. So subscribe to continue watching and to continue to follow along. If you haven't watched all the other episodes, go ahead and do that. If you don't want to, that's fine, no judgment here. But subscribe if you want to continue along and see what episode 14 brings. And yeah, all that cool stuff. You can also ring that bell if you want to be notified. Hey, what am I going to do? I don't have the power to tell you to do anything. I can just suggest, and it would be nice if you did it. Have a great day, have a great week, have a great night, whatever time it is. Just have a good time. With that said, see ya!